are ready to start our final game of pool play. Out of Pennsylvania, it's the Chaos. They're in the light blue tops. Sun's out and guns out, of course. And they are batting first. The Sting will be the home side in the gray and the blue. Scotty McGee will be pitching for the Sting, facing Edwards, Abate, and Tomasetti. Then Nordberg, DeJesus, and Stewart. Alderman, Schackenberg, Balint, and a 10th spot occupied by Gray. Several position changes. The Chaos is 1-2. Sting looking for its first win, 0-3. Ball to third. Throw across is good. And the out recorded. Schaefer throwing the ball there. Across to Morgan. 2 pitches and 1 out. Defensively for the Sting, Williams is catching, Morgan at first, Cox at second, Wong at short, Schaefer at third, Michaels in left, Lalogo in center, and Lim in right. Very high pitch from Scotty McGee. Strike one. Strike two on a slow pitch. Abate, here last time up in the previous game, had an RBI. That one is ripped to left field. Off the fence again. Abate's going to have another double. She hit one off the fence in the last game to get an RBI. And a 1-out double. That one straight off the fence. So Kayla Abate with a 1-out double. And the batter is Sam Tomasetti, starting at second today. Get to those positions for Chaos after the next one. First pitch is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Edwards in center, Abate at first. Tomasetti, the batter, is playing second. Nordberg is catching. DeJesus in right. Stewart at third. Alderman in left. Schackenberg at DP. Balint a DP, and Gray in the 10th spot, the shortstop. Tomasetti getting hit by the second pitch. Bridget Nordberg is the catcher in this game. She has previously played in the outfield. Had a hit and 2 at-bats in the previous game, which Chaos came close against the SoCal A's, but lost 3-2. Fourth place in Pool A plays tomorrow in the morning game, 8 a.m. on Field 7. Fifth place in this pool will play tonight at 6:40. Against 1B, so that would be a tougher game than 2C if you get fourth place. And I believe fourth place is on the line with the Sting. If they could win, they would then have a possible tiebreaker against Chaos. Chaos has 1 win, Sting no wins. 3 balls and 1 strike. Ripped foul, 3-2. Way up in the air to the shortstop, Wong. An infield fly called with runners at first and second and only one out. McGee had a good outing yesterday, the pitcher for the Sting. She pitched 6, a complete game loss, but she only gave up 1 run. Gave up a run in the first and then didn't give up a hit again until the 5th inning. And only 3 hits total in the game, walked 2. Outside on DeJesus. To the right side, Cox beating Morgan for the out. A double and a hit batter, and that's it. They can't move him over. And after half an inning, chaos, nothing, and Sting coming up. Sting in the first, their first lead of the weekend. And 2 runs in that inning. Got 2 runs on 2 hits, leaving 2 in scoring position. Helped out by a walk and an error. Serenity Stewart leading off for Chaos. Stewart in the 6th spot, then Alderman and Schackenberg. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Stewart 0 for 3 in the previous game with 2 strikeouts, including the one that ended the game. That one was bowled to the plate. And they're going to come out and ask Scotty McGee if she wants to be a pro bowler, if she wants to go back to being a softball pitcher, or did something happen out there on the rubber. Maybe the umpire saw her slip. So a little digging around. Whatever divot marks would be left by the pitcher, I'm sure they get pretty worn in tournaments like these. 2 balls and 1 strike on Stewart. Hit loudly, but up in the air, and Michael's in left field. One gone in the 2nd for Reva Alderman. Class of 2016, Alderman going to play at Lehigh. Ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. A ball and a strike. One and two. Still 1 and 2. Hit in the air to right for Lim. Backtracking to catch it. 2 outs in the air. That's 3 outs in the air, 2 on the ground so far to retire 5 of the first 6. And Scotty McGee will work here on Peyton Schackenberg with 2 out and nobody on base. Schackenberg was the original starting pitcher this week for Chaos and getting a start as DP in the 8th spot. And Chaos will eventually and will again bat 10 in this game. So they got 2 more spots before the top of the order. 0-1 on Schackenberg. Inside and moved her back off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hit past the circle to the shortstop. And a good throw by Wong gets her. 1-2-3 inning and 5 straight retired by McGee. Irvine Sting with a 2-0 lead. We are in the 2nd inning. Bottom half second. Into the 3rd we go, and Maggie Balintz, an Oregon commit. She was playing in her state championship in Pennsylvania yesterday and flew in last night to be here to play in this tournament, and then pitched a pretty good game in the previous game, and she gets started as the DP, one of their 2 DPs in the 9th spot. Over the third baseman's head and the shortstop. All-out effort by Wong. Hits it into foul ground. That'll be a base hit for Balintz. Could have possibly turned 2. I'm not sure she got the call to turn 2. Devin Lasco has caught most of the weekend for Chaos. She'll come in and pinch run for Balintz. Bottom of the order in the 10th spot, Spencer Gray. Ball 1. Gray had 2 hits in the 10 spot in the previous game against the A's. The next pitch. Two and two. It was called the Power Glove. It was part of the Nintendo gaming system. That's what it looks like Gray has on her hand and wrist. Gray has a padded sleeve on her forearm and also a padded glove, which makes it look like that old Power Glove from the Nintendo gaming system back in the 80s. I had older cousins. Still 2 and two. Several foul-offs later. It was released in 1989. I knew we didn't get it until the 90s. And just like that, it was gone. Released in 1989, discontinued in 1990. A force play after a comebacker and a 1-4 force out. That takes the 9 spot off the board. So Gray is at first and running. Top of the order now at Hannah Edwards. A ball and a strike. The score is 2-0 in favor of the Sting. We are in the 3rd inning. This is the top half of the 3rd. Edwards in a 1-1 count. One and two. The 1-2. Whoa, way up. That wild pitch takes Gray up to second. Chance to score. For Edwards. A slap. Shortstop throws it away. That'll be worth a run. And Edwards to second. Call it single and E6. 2-1. Sting still on top. Tying run in scoring position. Beatty is hit The last 2 balls she's hit very, very well for doubles each time. 1 in the last game, 1 in this game. Two and 0. Popped up and foul back. Kid at the shortstop. Now she's looking for an out after bluffing to throw across, and she tags out Edwards. 2 out. Smart play by the shortstop there, and not smart base running by Edwards to get herself caught. Beatty safe at first on the fielder's choice. 6 unassisted for the Edwards out. Tomasetti taking ball 1. Base hit. Off the catcher's glove, and to second goes Beatty. Again, the tying run gets into scoring position for chaos here in the 3rd inning. Tomasetti hit by a pitch her first time around. Here comes the 1-1. 1 and 2. A ball and 2 strikes. That ball is hit to center. Lulogo took a false step and a bad jump, and it goes all the way to the fence. That ties the score, and Tomasetti ends up at second with a double. RBI double by Tomasetti, and the tying run scores, and the go-ahead run is now in the same spot at second. Tomasetti and Beatty exchanging spots. Bridget Nordberg popped up for first time. 2 out in the inning. Should be 1 and 1. She fouled one back. Little poke hit. Tough spin. No play. They try to make one anyway, and Tomasetti comes home to score. Nobody covering at first. Base hit for Nordberg. The throwaway by Morgan, the first baseman, allows Tomasetti to score the go-ahead run, so that's E3 there. Three-two Chaos on top. Reina De Jesus stepping in. A ground at her first time. Runner going on the first pitch, which is fouled away. Runner going again, and that's hit way down the left side, and Michaels makes a running catch to end the inning. In fair ground, fly out way down the left side, and pretty good shot by a left-hand hitter. 3 score for Chaos in the third, and they are in the lead in the middle of the third. And it is a 3-2 Chaos lead. Serenity Stewart leading off in the fourth. Top half of the fourth, the Chaos batting. She flied out to left her first time. Swings and misses. 0-1. One strike pitch. 0-2. That's Darden in right. Lim is now in center. Michael's still in left. Just those 2 changes defensively for the blue and the gray, the Sting out of Irvine. To short, and Wong gets the throw over. That brings up Reva Alderman. Flat out to right her first time. 7th spot in the order for Chaos. Alderman sends a fly ball into center towards Lim. Quickly 2 gone in the 4th inning. And the batter is Schackenberg. Schackenberg grounded out her first time. She is now no longer the DP. She is just the pitcher. Ball 1. The 1-0 pitch from McGee. 1-1. 1-1 strike. And the pitch. Hit on the ground to second to Cox. And a 1-2-3 inning for McGee. Easy as it comes there. Also in the second, she retired the same 3 hitters, 1-2-3 for her other perfect inning. And that takes us to the bottom of the 4th inning. Chaos 3. Top 5 in Chaos batting. Score is tied at 3. Maggie Balint a foul back. That's Jackie Neuheiser playing at first base for the Sting. Others are still the same from the last change. Balint singled in the 3rd inning. Oh and 2. Balint single led off the 3rd and led to 3 runs by Chaos, which had them in the lead, but we are tied now. Got her on the inside. First strikeout today for Scotty McGee. Top of the order, and Hannah Edwards. Edwards has grounded out and singled. Slap past the circle in the 3rd baseman, and no play for Wong. That's an infield hit if there ever was one. Kayla Beatty coming up, doubled. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored. Go-ahead run is on the bases for Chaos in the 5th inning. 1 out. One ball and no strikes. After the slap hit by Gray, it's Edwards at the plate. Coming up on the 70-minute marker. 3-3 tie. Gray, the runner. She has scored a run in this game. Bunt by Edwards. And a 2-strike count. Gonna have to be slapping and slapping away. I missed the 10th spot. I thought Edwards had the last slap hit. It was Spencer Gray in the 10th spot with a slap hit. She's at first. And Edwards batting here. Edwards had a ground out and a single earlier. And here's the next pitch. That's enough of a slap bunt, even though I think it was a 2-strike count to keep her alive. 2-2. Way up and over the catcher. Gray down to second in scoring position now with one out. So it's 3-2. Slapped left side, tough play. Schaefer dribbles it up towards second. Finally catches up with it. And Gray is down at third. Edwards gets a base hit. 2 back-to-back infield hits. Runners at the corners and 1 out. So options for Kayla Abady and Chaos. To third. Runners look back. Now she'll come home on the throw to first. They miss her on the first tag. And Spencer Gray is safe, scoring the go-ahead run. Williams thought she'd be there sooner and went with a quick tag down. And Gray wasn't quite there yet. And subsequently slid in as the tag was up on the follow-through. Tomasetti with a close batted ball at the bag, but foul. Gray does not score on the batted ball by Abady, so no RBI for Abady because she came home on the throw home, or she came home on the throw to first. Tomasetti, a sky-high pop-up to left field, and that'll end the inning. The Chaos back to the lead position in the 5th inning. Now the home side with their ups in the 5th. It's 4-3, Chaos. Into the 6th we go in our final inning of full play. Simons, the hitter. She is hitting in the 4th spot for Nordberg against Scotty McGee. Simons, a little pop to the second baseman, handled there by Cox. Nissa Williams has come back to catch after being pinch hit for. Really a pinch bunt by Dallas in that spot. And it helped because the Sting scored in the 5th. This is Devin Lasco in the spot previously occupied by DeJesus, and Lasco gets hit by the first pitch. That could be trouble. Infield looking for a force play here with one out. Stewart coming to the plate is 0 for 2 today. A 4-4 tie here in the 6th inning. Go-ahead run is at first for chaos here in the top half. Ball is dropped, throw down, not in time. Going to be a pass ball because that ball was simply dropped by Williams. And the go-ahead run is in scoring position, so Stewart now can get a little more simple in ambition and swing. Still takes a healthy cut. Now the infield will be looking to hold the runner, but still get it out at first. Two balls and one strike. 3-1. Three and one on Stewart. 3-2 on Stewart. Full count. Full play not going down without a fight here. As we'll shift to the bracket portion of the tournament coming up at 6:40. Popped up, first baseman, and Stewart gone. That's Neuheiser making the catch. And the batter, Reva Alderman, in the 7th spot. She has flied out twice with 2 out. Go-ahead run in scoring position. McGee trying to take the Sting to the bottom half of the 6th inning. We have reached the time limit. In the dirt. Hitter on the arm. Two hit batters in the inning. Peyton Schackenberg stepping in. Schackenberg is 0 for 2, is grounded out twice. Inside for ball 1. Two and 0. Two out in the inning, so McGee just needs to get 1. 3-0. No on-deck hitter, but due up is Maggie Balint. 3 balls and no strikes on Schackenberg. To right field. Darden coming up throwing. They'll hold her at third. Bosco into a stop sign. That ball hit right at Darden. On 3-0. Schackenberg gets a clean base hit to the right side. Bringing up Maggie Balint with 2 out, bases juiced. Pinch runner at first will be Megan Stoffer. Maggie Balint has singled and struck out. She's the only batter to strike out against McGee. Oh and 1. First time in a couple batters that she's been ahead. And a drive out to center. Lim with a play on it. 6 to the plate in the 6th inning for Chaos, and they fail to score, leaving the bases loaded. Does the new inning rule after 90 minutes apply to half innings? We will play the bottom half of the 6th inning. Sting, last chance for us to have a winner, as Chaos strands the bases loaded in the top half. 8, 9, and 1 coming up for Sting.